Hi guys, it's Claire at Nebraska Quilt Company, and today I'm going to teach you how to calculate your backing for your quilt tops. First, you want to ask yourself how big your quilt top is, and then you want to ask yourself if you're going to piece your fabric with a 40 or 45 width fabric or a 108 wide back. From there, you want to ask yourself if you're going to attach it to a long arm to quilt it or hand quilt it. If you are taking it to a long arm, maybe ask them how much extra do you prefer to have. Some require 3 to 5 is roughly the range that you need extra for your backing so they can pin it to the long arm. The first method that we're going to use is the 108 wide backs. My example quilt size is 58 by 70. So since the 70 width is our largest width, it will fit within the 108 width of the fabric. So all we have to calculate is the length. And if my quilt top is 58 wide or long, we will add 8 extra because that's what we require here at the shop for long arming purposes. So we'll add the 8 extra, and that brings us to 66 inches. So our quilt top then becomes 66 by 78 is what we need for our back. Now, our 78 still fits within the 108, and all we have to do is calculate 66 divided by the 36 inches that are in a yard. So 66 divided by 36 brings us to 1.833333. So you can ask us, and we have a decimal chart to calculate between decimal to inches, or you can round up to the nearest quarter yard, and that would bring us to 2 yards of wide back for a 58 by 70 quilt top. Now we are going to calculate a 40 wide fabric. Typically fabrics range between 40 to 44. We're going to go towards the lower end to make sure that you have that extra seam allowance if you need it, or extra for pinning, then you're for sure good. So first I will draw a picture about the size relativity of my quilt. So it is 58 wide and 70 inches long. For a long armor, we still do have to add that extra 8 inches. So I'm going to draw another picture to help me visualize my extra inches on my backing. So then it becomes that 66 by 78 width. Since my fabric is 40 wide, if I seam it right down the middle, I will have 2 sections 40 wide. So this section will be 40, and then this section will also be 40. Those two together give us 80 wide. So that covers our 78 width. Now all we have to do is calculate that 66 divided by 36 because there's 36 inches in a yard, and you get 1.83 yards. However, you do have that seam, so you have to multiply that by 2. And if you calculate to the next quarter yard, you will have 2 2-yard increments, so you need a total of 4 yards. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.